I love puzzles in video games, and I think it's one of the hardest things to get right. To make genuinely well-designed puzzles that can each challenge many levels of players without becoming boring or without feeling like work. What even is a puzzle when you think about it? I guess you could loosely define one as a problem to which you've been given the pieces to solve that will take strategy and brain power or an intense amount of brute force and willpower to eventually complete. I like using my brain while gaming, and I enjoy the neat little puzzles present in adventure and story games like Zelda, Final Fantasy, and Uncharted. But designing a whole game around something like those and telling a compelling story at the same time, where do you even start? How do you keep it fun and engaging? Well, you could clearly introduce your concepts, give players room to experiment, innovate and iterate on your previously established concepts, and stop when you can't anymore. And if that means the game's short, that's fine, as that gives you more opportunity to tighten up the story and work on ways to continuously engage the player. So, what do you get when you have a puzzle game designed with all that in mind, that's built around problem solving, physics, teleportation, and humor with the storytelling of Half-Life? Portal. That's what you get. Hello, welcome to H7 Bus. My name is Nathaniel Welch, and this is Video Game Previewer. In this video, we'll be talking about Portal, which I played on an Xbox Series X and on PC. Portal was originally released on PC, and while it's available on multiple platforms now, if you haven't played it and want to pick it up, I think getting it on Steam is the best way to play it. It's not graphically demanding because it's a source game, so you should be able to run it well and enjoy it even with some dated hardware. If you don't have a PC though, you can get an old Xbox 360 port of it called Portal Still Alive. That's the same game but with some extra challenge levels. I recommend going with the PC version if you have the option, because while Still Alive is Series X enhanced and can run at 4K resolution, it's locked at 30 FPS, which, as you're about to see, resulted in me getting some motion sickness.
It's the Valve man. Powered by Source. How old is this? Did this ever get washed? Can you break this? Cool. Okay, quickly. Quickly. Wow, jumping is actually really fast. I want it.
Very good.
Sweet.
You are now you're doing quite well.
Thank you.
Once again,
Oh,
excellent work.
what is this gonna do to me gravity-wise?
Protocol. We will not monitor the next
Okay.
test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
Oh, that disoriented me so bad. Oh, I actually feel sick after that. My goodness, I didn't think that would happen. That disoriented me so bad. Okay. Are these mattresses? Why don't I bounce off? They look so squishy. Those chairs? Like a table in there? Maybe? Take me up. What is that? Does not look pleasing to the eye. I solved it.
Fantastic.
Stairs.
Hello again.
Hi. Ugh. That's never gonna feel okay.
Spectacular.
Ugh. It do the thing? It did the thing. Is that a chair? Yeah, it's a chair and a desk. Cool. Oh, it did the little shake. That wasn't bad. Oh. That probably hurt. This music is nice though. Actually sounds very relaxing. I like it. Oh, this makes me feel so sick. Oh. Oh my goodness. Is that like throwing up? What is that? Okay. Get up there, fella. Okay. I bet speedrunners jump the whole time they play this game. Too far. Oh. Ugh. Ugh. Okay.
Did you know you can donate one or all of your vital organs to the Aperture Science Self-Esteem Fund for Girls? It's true.
I think I need those. Pretty sure. Like, if you're talking about post-death organ donor, I mean, that kind of stuff. But kind of need my heart to live. Thanks for the advice, though. Am I supposed to, like, ninja drop? Oh, that. Okay. Soaring. Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
At the start of Portal, you unthaw, having been asleep in what's called stasis, waking up in a relaxation vault, a room with the bed you were in, a mug, a clipboard holding a useful paper, a radio, and a toilet. You are taking part in a test, held in the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. Your goal is to journey through and complete a series of test chambers, each of which is designed around the use of portals that can transport you from the location of one portal to another. You're guided through these chambers by an artificial intelligence, who awesomely arms you with the knowledge that upon full completion of the test, you'll be rewarded with a cake as celebration of your efforts. Thanks. Honestly, the story is super simple. It's not really hard to understand or grasp, and it's not long or filled with exposition. You literally just play through the game, experiencing the pretty interesting but not super complicated story, which you are a huge part of, and enjoy the little bit of depth that can be uncovered through finding secrets and Easter eggs. It's a straightforward premise, and it's creative and memorable, but it doesn't get ahead of itself or try to be larger than the scope of the game. And by staying in its lane and creating a story that both facilitates the game and enhances the playing experience, Portal has become an easily replayable classic that's length is near irrelevant, demanding you pick it up simply because of its cultural impact. Portal was developed and published by Valve Software. In 2005, a team of students from DigiPen made a game called Narbacular Drop, which featured the teleportation elements that would later be used in Portal. Impressed with the game, Valve eventually offered the team jobs, and with some help, set them on creating Portal. Over 2 years of development later, the game would be released on October 10th, 2007. It scored a 90 out of 100 on Metacritic, and though some criticized it for its short length, it being as long as it was, alongside its gameplay, story, and writing, received praise. The game quickly became very successful and very popular, which led to a sequel being released on April 18th, 2011. Don't know if I'll ever get to that one, but we'll see. My introduction to the franchise was through Portal 2, which my brother had bought on PS3. Him and I spent a lot of time playing its multiplayer, though I don't recall if we ever beat it or not. Anyway, I watched him play through a fair bit of that game's story, and after getting a gaming laptop, eventually decided to pick up Portal, though I didn't get to playing it for quite a while. I think I recall saying in an early introducing video games episode that I'd played Portal, but I hadn't. What I meant was that I played some of Portal 2 and meant to play Portal 1, especially because of my growing interest in Half-Life at the time, which I've also yet to play, but we will get to that one. I went into Portal knowing almost nothing about it but the memes, and that was fine. I decided to play it on Series X after having seen it on a sale, because why not use a controller, and I beat the game, but it left me feeling nauseous. I finished thinking, Portal is a sick game, and it makes me sick. I had a hunch that this was due to the frame rate, so I replayed it on PC and felt much better. If I could go back a few years, knowing how much I'd end up enjoying this game, I wouldn't have waited as long as I did to finally play it. Alright, how does it look? Well, it's a Source Engine game released in 2007, so it looks fine nowadays. Some textures are absolutely low quality compared to what you'd expect from a modern game, but overall, Portal's minimalist art style has aged well. You're moving through mostly empty white spaces, and this has great effect on the atmosphere of the game. It makes any other detail or color seem extreme, but this does a good job at highlighting the portals and making them feel especially important and inviting, I guess. You'll really have no issues with visibility while playing though. The game as a whole has this very focused, deliberate, less is more attitude, so the very simple HUD gives you all the information you need it to. And you'll pretty quickly figure out what you can and can't shoot a portal on. I think a lot of the game's designs are cool and creative too. As far as its sound design, I found it to be pretty incredible. Every noise is fairly distinctive, which is something I value in games, so I appreciate it here. The portal shooting sound is iconic, and the voice work present is definitely well done. Emotions are clearly conveyed even if I cannot see a face. Portal's music, which there also isn't a lot of, is really good. It's ambient, but fits the environments and situations you find yourself in. This all gives the music huge power over the mood of the scene, because when you're so used to not having it or it being at a certain energy, it can totally crank up the stress and action when it wants to. So basically, the game's presentation is clean, it's aged well, and is very intentionally designed. And while the gameplay is tight, Portal's looks and sound equally work as hard to keep you engaged, interested, and enjoying the experience. Portal is a super polished game, so playing it feels great and seamless. There's only one moment a little before the end where I thought something was a little weird, which felt poorly designed, but it's a good game with a perfect difficulty curve, fun challenges and puzzles, and thrilling action. What's so wonderful is how the game rewards your curiosity and experimentation. It's not punishing, and there are a few times while playing that you may actually recognize a few different ways to solve something, which is awesome. Nothing overstays its welcome with Portal, especially the portal mechanics. You'll probably have become plenty competent with them by the time you've made it maybe 3/4 of the way through the game, so you just get to enjoy some great gameplay and interesting level design afterwards. This is also what makes the final challenge presented to you by the game so epic and memorable. While it isn't very grand or of huge scale, it tests your own skills rather than asking you to develop new ones. And don't think the game only has you shooting your portal gun to go from here to there. Over the course of the 2-hour journey, you'll find yourself experimenting with physics, interacting with objects, and dealing with projectiles. It's all fun though, I promise.
That one was close. Oh, thanks.
Our AI friend is named GLaDOS, and she's horribly funny and written superbly. She'll just say stuff sometimes that doesn't make sense, and it leaves you laughing, but also wondering if you should be worried. Her dialogue is so great, and I was just cracking up the whole time, even in stressful moments. There isn't too much of it though, so you don't get tired of hearing from her. The talking and the game as a whole are paced very well. And the start of the game is really good. You're tutorialized perfectly, as the game tells you what you need to know, but also gives you room to figure stuff out on your own, and feel accomplished about that. It's certainly interesting, too. Portal makes thinking fun and keeps it fun. And the dialogue is funny. It's a great game. There are some encouraging themes we can grasp from Portal's plot. Besides it maybe reminding you, the player, that games that force you to think and learn can actually be fun if they're well designed, there's also something to be said about the idea of staying motivated. If you're on a mission and someone tells you it can't be done, but you know it can, what's stopping you? And if you're put in a stressful situation where you have to react and think on your feet, and that almost feels like too much for you, don't give up. Keep going. That's what you have to do in Portal. You have to do what you're told can't be done, and have to continue to press on even if you're being pushed to your limits. You got this. I believe in you. So, what else is there to say about Portal? It's a well-designed, super tastefully compact game full of interesting and challenging puzzles that spawned a sequel and resulted in the growth of a passionate fan base. It's a must-play, especially with its short length and low price point. You will surely revisit it a few more times throughout the years. Don't know if we'll ever get a Portal 3, and the cake's a lie, but this review is not when I tell you that Portal is a great game worth checking out. I give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more video game reviewers, then you should like and subscribe, because there'll always be more on the way. What do you think about Portal? Let me know in the comments. God bless.